Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. This time around we are going to take the new Rollback tug for a spin. Of course, I got the version with the underlift. I mean, I still don't get why we would even use the other one to begin with. It's still dark, so I can show you guys the different light fixtures that I put on this thing. It's very reminiscent of my Kira rollback, but overall, I mean, this thing is kinda cool. So first up, of course, the regular lights. Got some side markers on the front here, left and right. And yeah, of course, also the usual behind the grill lighting, because that just looks badass and like the truck is on fire. Hopefully nobody from the fire department will come by and try to extinguish this one. But I also got some marker lights on the side of the bed, just to help out with visibility, both on the front here, but also on the back of it. And here, there's also a siren function here, so let's take a look at that. Got some flashing lights on the top, that's basically the stock one. Also some in the front here, integrate into the corners of the grill, which I think is looking really nice. Initially I also had the orange lights above the windshield integrated into that whole thing, but it didn't really look that great. Basically with the light bar on top, it was really hard to tell that the other lights are flashing as well. They were a bit smaller. Also on the rear, just, yeah, as part of the rear bumper, I got some integrated in there, so that's pretty nice. And also, last but not least, very functional actually, rear-facing lights. One light bar in the rear bumper, and also just the LED lights, yeah, on the top there. Really helpful in the dark. So let's get going. We got a Vista over here and also an Atlas tanker. Vista is kinda too light for us, but yeah, we got an underlift, we might as well use it. I'm not going to drive down here to get the SRT and trailer, that's maybe a bit too much. But yeah, let's try and clear this phone out and then also maybe do the Vista first, because that seems to be a bit more of an off-road job. Of course, this truck is fully upgraded, and that means getting the strongest heavy-duty engine. This thing is more like a race truck with how it behaves than anything else. I had actually some trouble driving this with autopilot on, because autopilot has no chill with this truck. I don't know what it is, but it just drives like a maniac. I know that maybe the siren can do something about it, but even with the siren off, trying to get through the desert, at some point it just started taking out the light poles on the side of the road, because it got a bit too quick. Okay, I think we actually need to, maybe we can stay on the road for a bit longer. Don't need to get up the hill quite yet. There's another opportunity for that over there. But yeah, this thing is really amazing. And when you have something loaded on the back, you actually add more traction, because it just adds more weight on top of the tires. So yeah, this thing is an absolute beast. Yep. Even getting some airtime. Okay, this might be a bit of a problem. We have a drag winch on the back of the truck, but it's really not great at lifting up vehicles. So this is maybe where we should be getting a Brutus or something. Maybe at some point we'll get a truck with a crane on the back or something. That would be the ultimate combination. I know there are, like, I don't know if they are actually rollback trucks or anything like that, but they have at least a flatbed on the back, and then also a crane to help with stuff like this. I just don't know if a crane is meant to just help with issues like this, or if it's actually meant to be loading the vehicle. Come on. Getting the winch is a bit fickle. But yeah, this is also a high-powered winch. This is, I think, the medium-duty one. So this can definitely get the car back on its wheels, I think. It might be a bit too... it might be a bit too flat. Maybe I can change the angle a little bit. Let's just roll back, throttle up. I need to pull it up a bit more than just dragging it across, so I don't know if this is going to make a difference, but I'm trying to give it the best chance it has here. Oh. Not exactly how I had this in mind, but I mean, it's on its side, so that's halfway there. Is it stable like this? Can I... Okay, that's nice. That's actually really useful. That thing is gonna be so messed up when I finally get it, but doesn't matter too much right now. Just put it away a little bit further, and then one last pull should do it. Just like that. And here we go. Can cut the winch cable. Yeah, body damage visible. That's not too great. Don't like seeing that, but what can you do? So, yeah. For this one, I think we are just going to take the underlift. So, get it in front. Actually turn on the rear lights. Immediately making good use of them. I should maybe upload this to the workshop. This is a really nice functional build. Okay, underlift. Let's just... %54% cargo damage, so condition bonus is basically 0 at that point. We are supposed to bring it over here. If we are lucky, the other vehicle is also going to go over. We'll just have to find out. But yeah, we are of course getting the other truck first and then bringing both of them. I don't even care if I completely ruin the vehicle on the way there. Yeah, I could have done something better here by just getting it with a Brutus. But as it is right now, it's still gonna be worth the base price. As I think I mentioned in the last episode, there's also now the chance that some of these rescue requests are actually spawning with fire on them. So at that point you are supposed to extinguish the fire first and then load them on. There's of course a problem that these vehicles are fully destroyed at that point, so you're usually not getting any bonus from it. I brought it up, it got added to the Trello. I don't know if anything happened with that afterwards, so yeah. They might have done something about it, but I'm not sure. But if we find something like that, we might actually figure that one out. life over here. Careful, brakes aren't the best on this one. I think I got a decent amount of rear bias for the brakes, so once we get a load on the actual rollback, it's going to help out quite a bit there. But yeah, one thing that I've done in the past for these vehicles is just get them with the underlift and then bring them over to the fire station instead of bringing the fire engine over to them. Okay, this thing is also laying on its side, which might be helpful because otherwise it would likely be in the ocean. Okay, so first up I'm going to disconnect the car. We don't need that right now, it doesn't really help us. Then I'm going to put the truck back onto its wheels, and then hopefully I'll be able to drag it up here. Ka-ching. Might also turn on the lights once again, just so that we can see something. I love these fixtures too much. I was considering maybe starting the episode in the daytime, but then I thought, hey, I got all these really nice lights on, so might as well do this in the dark. I don't know why the handbrake stopped working. Okay, that was pretty easy. So am I going to try and bring the underlift in and then pull the entire thing up, or am I just dragging it up with the winch? Feels both a bit risky. I might try the winch first so that I don't need to go that much onto the slope. Also, this thing has some compartments in the back. I could maybe replace some of the fuel tanks with... Oh, Jesus Christ, this is worse than I thought. With maybe an item box for some cones or something. That might be nice. Because these idiot drivers, they just keep coming too close to my stuff while I'm trying to handle the terrain here and the rescue request. Okay. Oh no, I don't want the controller, I want the actual winch hook. Now let's get the controller and let's get into this thing because I need to get rid of the handbrake. Okay, that doesn't work how I want it to. Might be the rain that's not helping me here, but... yeah, I'm really not having the traction to do something about this. This is not going well. As soon as I let go of brakes, this is really... can I turn the truck sideways? Oh no. Oh no. Stop! So, yeah, this didn't really go my way. We might have a bit more of a problem than I expected here, but sure. Okay, so we are now in the ocean. It's not supposed to be a maritime episode, so let's just go to the car napper category and grab ourselves something to pull ourselves back out with. I mean, the rollback is maybe 10 tons or something. So if you don't have anything on the back, it's actually still on the lighter side of heavy duty. This thing is certainly not on the lighter side of heavy duty. This can likely pull up both vehicles at once. At least that's what I'm intending to try here. I wonder if it was really the rain that made the difference here. You know what? I don't care about your classic sports car. You are going down. Going down the road at a snail's pace. Gotta secure my next rescue request here. Even if somebody requests rescue from myself. Of course, now also the rain stopped, so that's making everything a bit easier again. Maybe I should have brought the Brutus. This is a stupid slope to be stuck on. Do I have any cones in here? Yeah, thankfully. I don't know if this is a good idea to begin with, but I'm going to try it nonetheless. So yeah. I don't remember it going into red line like that. That doesn't really sound right. Like it used to be high rev, but nothing like this right now. Cable is at the pretty much the maximum stretch that it can be. Couldn't go much further down. Should maybe get the second one and attach it to the cap. I should also probably disconnect the winch cable between the two vehicles here, so that I can just pull out one of them, but honestly, I kind of want to pull this one and then have this one come back a bit to not be below the bridge anymore. So we're gonna have to see about that. Theoretically, I could also pull out my own one by just respawning it at a parking spot, but where would be the fun in that? So I don't like this. Okay, might be able to pull it up like this without any additional leverage for it to tip over. I know I won't be able to pull out both of them simultaneously, so the other cable has to go at some point. I think they also want to redo the ocean texture at some point. I mean, wet water really doesn't look that great with how I just pulled off a truck out of the white paint, apparently. Oh, it's rotating. I don't like that. But hey, it's coming up. I would really like to extend the crane a bit to get the truck away from the bridge and over the side, but I'm afraid that's not going to go how I want it to. I mean, maybe if I do a little bit. We are going to see how far I can extend before the entire crane topples over. Okay, that's far enough. I would have likely pulled myself over like this anyways if it got stuck below there. Top right winch in, that's the wrong one. How is the lower cable looking? Can't even see it from here. Ah, that's alright, we can cut that now. I still don't have an idea on how to deal with the other vehicle. It's also interesting what this episode turned into. This isn't really what I wanted from it. Okay, so we cannot lift up the crane. Can I pull the crane further in? Does that get me back on my wheels? This isn't great. This has some slight issues. Okay, maybe if I go to the center outrigger and then just extend the left out as a counterweight. That does nothing. So let's do the same for the rear. Oh boy. Come on. Go down. Frick. I mean, we need to get this up and over the railing. There isn't really any two ways about this. I can't really move it to the back, so we might need to move it forward. Okay, we are back on all the wheels. That's all what I wanted. This is not amazing. Can I drive the truck like this? Just reposition. Yeah, this is definitely a professional rescue job. I've seen stuff like this in movies or usually YouTube clips where it really goes wrong. Down, 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 down. Ha! Got it. So that's exactly what you can do with the new rollback truck. You put it in the ocean, then pull it back out with a rotator. That's exactly how that works. I might have to make another episode about it. I mean, the truck is worth it, but this wasn't really the best showcase of its capabilities. This is more of an advertisement for the rotator than the rollback. Turn left. Then also get the rear outrigger and then just rear left in. Center outrigger, get that back in. Oh god, my frame rate is suffering. Because all of the stupid traffic. And everything else going on. The recording software is doing a number on my performance as well. I wish I could just turn off the video preview, but that also turns off my audio meters and that just kinda sucks, and that's been a problem for a long time. So yeah, we're just going to vacate the area. Hopefully recover a few FPS here and there and have the traffic despawn. Still doesn't get me any closer to finishing that job there. But that might just be a loss at this point. You know what, I'm just going to move somewhere else. Compacty is a nice one. I don't really want to make such a long trip anymore for this one. Kira Tanker is a bit on the smaller side. Longhorn Semi. We got quite a few over here. Let's just get over here. Watch our frame rate recover. Now that we are back from that whole mess, and check out what's available right here. Okay, we got a Cora over there. We got another vehicle right there. And I think we should have a Longhorn not too far away from here. So I'm just going to underlift this guy and then bring it over to the Longhorn. It's a bit of a weird angle. I could pull this ahead with the winch, but I think I've done enough winching for today. So throttle up again. That should be okay. Just gonna gently pull it off the curb there. That's actually going to the heavy duty dealership, so that might be okay. Might mean I get both jobs to the same location. So from what I know, these can also these rollback trucks can also be used for the harbor deliveries, which might be another worthwhile job to look at some point. I've always had mixed results using underlifts for that. I always thought that those vehicles, due to the valet mode, slowed me down once I reached a certain speed. But it might just be that I had the handbrake auto pulled on that thing, I don't know. But yeah, let's finally use the underlift and rollback here as it should be used. First up, we bring the hook back in to prepare for using the underlift. And I mean the rollback and all of that. Because that entire bottom assembly moves when you tilt the whole thing. So gotta be careful about that. We are not perfectly aligned, but it's going to be alright. Since this is a tow request, we actually need to winch it in. It doesn't have a working engine anymore. So winch controller, get in here. And yeah, let's just try to line up. That's looking alright. It has quite the steep angle, but thankfully this is really meant for heavy vehicles that usually come with enough of a ground clearance. Regular cars will get damaged on this thing, I'm pretty sure. Okay, cut the cable. This barely fits, but it's also kind of nice looking. So, yeah, I think we got all the wheels. So, roll it back up. Should probably roll forward first and then tilt back down. Just like that. We got 1% and 900 meters to go, so yeah, I guess both of these requests go to the same place. Which is nice. They added so many new places over fucking bus damaging the car, damn it. Can't you just wait, you damn moron? Okay, let's try to pull away from these idiots. But yeah, what I was meaning to say is they added so many more garages over here, just with all the different dealerships, the trailer dealership, the bus dealership, the truck dealership, and also the tow truck dealer. All the requests on this island for towing stuff are now really short distance. Everything on the South Island usually has to go across the bridge. I don't know if they even use any of the repair stations in Ara or the one at the Terra factory. But yeah, everything here is just super short distance, barely a kilometer, maybe 2 sometimes. Could go up to 4, but that's just about it. I don't know if 4 is even possible. Maybe if you have it spawn in the mountain somewhere. Okay, it was still a decent payment. I mean, considering that the truck is 400k, this was not that decent, but you can do a good amount of different jobs with it, and if you go for a Terra delivery, that's an easy 100k right there. Hook in. And here for the rollback part, I should probably align this with the drop-off point. Because once again, we cannot really control the vehicle. We can have it roll down, but we cannot just drive it into the drop-off area. And by the way, if you're wondering, I'm pretty sure that I left the ride height at the default. I put the wheels out a bit further, but that's just about it. I was considering lowering down the truck, but it seemed quite alright as it was. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that didn't give me too much more either. It's a bit of an issue that the game doesn't properly reward heavier vehicles, especially now that we have a heavy-duty rollback truck, and yeah, using the smaller ones for the lighter vehicles is just as profitable as the heavy one. And I don't think it's as easy as just saying that the heavier vehicles should be paying more, because then you can make some of them just worth way too much money. I think they need to go more in depth, maybe about the length of a vehicle, and also just give them different class assignments and make the heavy classes just pay a bit more. I don't think there's an easy solution to a balanced system here. As it is right now, it's just kinda not great for heavy jobs. But yeah, that's the heavy-duty rollback truck. I love this thing. We might use it again in a future episode. I don't know if I want to do a harbor delivery with it, but we could definitely use it to go across the new road and all of that. That's a fantastic place. We're gonna have to check that out at some point. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. As always, until then, have a good one, and bye bye.